Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are well and safe and enjoying your life. I come up with a very interesting topic, which is cloud computing in this video. I know maybe many of you are already involved in the IT industry, and you may already have a little bit exposure to the cloud computing, but this is a very beginner level video, and I will give you a brief introduction to the cloud computing, and I hope you will like and you'll learn a lot from this. So basically the topic is cloud computing today, and we will cover what is it exactly, and why do we need it, different points of agenda here. So the basic point of agenda, if we can discuss in this video, is what is cloud computing here, and why do we need the cloud computing, and the types of the cloud computing services. And we have a top cloud providers which are nowadays very into the industry, and we are gonna discuss this. So what exactly the cloud computing is? This is very important question. So we all want to know what exactly the cloud computing is. And so what cloud computing is basically is that it is the on-demand delivery IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. So instead of buying, owning, or maintaining physical servers or data centers, you can access the technology services over the internet, such as computing power, storages, and databases, and many other things. And as you can see, like this definition was taken from the Wikipedia. So the practice of using a network of remote servers hosted on the internet stores, manage and process the data rather than a local servers or a personal computer. So this is what cloud computing is. So we can rather than going and managing the physical servers by ourselves, and taking all those hard takes and moving and managing and securing, we can hire the services. We can sit on our laptop, and with a few clicks, we can rent virtual machines or servers, on the internet. So this is basically the cloud computing is. Basically, so cloud computing is for example, you can say that a general term for anything that involves in delivering in the different computing resources. And basically the main point is over the internet. So basically you can sit on the computer, and you can do whatever you want. So basically you don't have to go there, you don't have to physically manage anything, and you don't have to involve in anything. You just have to sit on your desk, and from your computer you can run multi-million businesses on the internet. So this is what the cloud computing is, and I hope you understand what is cloud computing. So next one is the types of the cloud computing services model, and which we mainly cover is IaaS and PaaS and SaaS. So it's basically infrastructures as a service, and platform as a service, and software as a service. These are the three service types of the cloud computing, which we nowadays are using. So what's the basic difference in between this? So if we go for the IaaS, infrastructure as a code. So I would say, so for example, if you're really looking for a virtual machine, or a server, you want to manage it yourself, you want to install everything from the scratch, and you really want to manage the software updates and security updates by your own self, I think the infrastructure as a service will be the best option for you. You can get it from any cloud service provider, for example Microsoft Azure, or AWS, Amazon Web Services. So you can rent maybe an EC2 instance on the AWS, and you can deploy your own services. You want to install your own services, you can go for that. So that's what basically is the infrastructure as a service. So infrastructure as a service basically works primarily with the cloud-based and pay-as-you-go service, such as storage, networking, and virtualization. The examples basically is, as I already mentioned in previously, that AWS EC2 instance is another thing. We can also use the workspace. For example, for storage, we can use the S3 bucket. There are a lot of other different examples as well. So, for example, and it's not only the EC2 instance of the AWS. You can use the DigitalOcean, Droplets, so different things. So that's what basically is the infrastructure as a service. The next thing is, of course, the PaaS, platform as a service, PaaS, and this is also very important one. For example, if we in past, like for example, we focus primarily on the hardware and software tools available over the internet, and the examples of the popular PaaS providers include, like you can say, like AWS, Elastic Beanstalk, or 4.com, or Google App Engine, or OpenShift, or Apache, or Adobe Magento Commerce Cloud. So these are the platform as a service. I've used many other platform as a services as well, like platform.sh. You should really Google that, or maybe visit this cloud platform. They have a very nice inbuilt softwares and platforms which you can use, including, like you can say the Magento, or you can say like the Shopify and WordPress platforms. You can simply go and spin up the instance, and then you can start making your websites on these platforms. But there are many other platforms as well there, so it's not like limited to these three which I mentioned already. So this is what we call the platform as a service. The next one is the software as a service. Now, in software as a service, basically we do not really worried about anything about the infrastructure or what services the software running on the to accommodate on the back end. We just are concerned about the software which is running and which we used. So different you can say the different examples on the software as a service is the Dropbox, Mailchimp, or Zendesk, or DocuSign, or the Slack messaging app. As you know, if you used it already, we can use that as well. So that's also called the software as a service. So software as a service platforms, involve softwares that is available via third party over the internet. So these three things, which are the services model of the cloud computing, which we use maybe in our daily life, but we don't really know what we are using. So for example, like we are using like Gmail app or Google Drive, but you don't know like what services model it is in terms of the cloud computing. And but after watching this video, you will know that what services model you're using in terms of the cloud computing. The next one is this diagram which I took from the Linux.com, leanix.com website, and it was very interesting. And you can see that in this picture, as you can see that we have a different services model. So you can see the on-site, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Now on-site, as you can see that what is in the blue is managed by us, which we have to manage, and the one in the black color is the one which is managed by the third-party vendors, or the services provider. Now, on-site, as you can see that if we want to host our own service, we have to manage everything in terms of networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, data, application, everything. So in the on-site infrastructure, we have to manage everything, and we cannot really get rid of anything else. So for example, like from A to Z, we have to manage by our own self. And not only on this, and I'm going to cover this in my next slide as well, that it's not only to host these servers, we also need the other things as well, like in terms of power, security, and everything. So on-site or on-premises infrastructure, we have to manage everything. And from this infrastructure till the applications or software which you want to use. But if we go on in the infrastructure as a services, that's where we get some relaxation. So you can see that if we infrastructure as a service, we can only worry about the software is running on the infrastructure. So in terms of networking, storage, servers, or virtualization, we don't have to be worried about anything else. To some extent, I would say the operating system as well, because nowadays, if we go on the AWS, we can launch an instance with the operating system predefined in that. Like we can launch an Ubuntu instance, or the CentOS, or the Red Hat, or Windows instances as well. So that's, or even MacBook instances as well. But to some extent, I would say like operating system is also manageable in IaaS as well. But if we have to install anything on the operating system, that has to be managed by us. If I want to host a website on the EC2 instance, I have to install everything, all the dependencies by myself. Like you can say, like I have to install the Apache web server or Nginx web server by myself. I also have to install the dependencies or any related supporting softwares for my website by myself. That's what we call the IaaS. The next thing, if we see that the PaaS, in this, if you can see, networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, everything has to be managed by the third-party software provider, the cloud providers themselves. We don't have to be worried about that. So in this case, I would say, for example, if you want to launch a Magento website or a WordPress website, you can go on, for example, platform.sh. This is a platform.sh is another cloud provider actually, and I'm gonna leave the link behind as well. If you go, you can simply have to launch the template. Okay, you can launch the template from there. You will have the base codes on the servers already. What you have to do is simply do your development, and that's it. You will not have to be worried about anything about the infrastructure. That's all managed by the cloud provider, and you have to just simply go launch and start deploying your codes. So this is what the platform as a service is. The next thing is the SaaS. Now SaaS is a very important thing, and I've already covered in my previous video. Start from the networking till the application layer. You don't have to worry about anything. You're just using the software. Everything is managed by the cloud provider or the owner of those softwares. And you don't have to worry about anything. You have to just use the software. So that's basically, I hope I make myself clear in here, how you can use the different services models. And there's another one as well, infrastructure as a code, but that's very a completely different thing. And when we will go along in our series of the cloud computing, I will show you how we manage the infrastructure as code, how we deploy the codes to the to manage our infrastructure. It's a very interesting topic, and I'm gonna show you in our next tutorials. So I hope you are clear on the services model. Now we'll go to the next slide. So the next slide is the why do we need the cloud computing. So that's a very important question. Why do we need the cloud computing? So I'm gonna go through an example basically, and I hope that this will make sense to you. So for example, if if you own a multi-million business, so for example, if you have a business of bicycles, and you saw that there is a lot of potential in online business. If many people wants to order the bicycles online, they want to get the delivery, and that nowadays, for example, Amazon.com, you can go and order anything from the Amazon, and it's pretty convenient for the people. Sometimes people don't want to go physically in the shop and just want to order it online. So if you have the multi-billion business there, and you want to make it online, and to earn money from the online business as well, so you will have to make the websites or the applications from where your customers can order. So what will exactly happen here, what you need to do that is you have to make a website, then host it on the infrastructure so that your customers can order it from online. So what you need is, you will need the physical servers, you will need the commercial internets, you will need the networking switches maybe, or routers, and depends on the orders and your backup solutions, you will need the storage devices as well. That's a big chunk of hardware which you will definitely require to accommodate your website, and depending on the traffic or how many orders are coming a day, you will need to increase or expand your infrastructure as per your need. So for that, you will not only need the infrastructure, you will need the source of power as well here, the electricity cost as well for that. Then of course you will need depending on the location and the environment and the weather as well, maybe you will need the cooling system as well there to cool up your servers as well. And also, when you have a big business with the big infrastructure, of course you will need the security as well, and the people who will manage the infrastructure and who will manage the website for you. So that's a bit of a big piece of work which you will need to perform in order to make your site online, or in order to make your business online. So that's the one option which you can have, and you can do that. The second option, of course, why do we need the cloud computing? So that's where we need the cloud computing here. You can simply, or rather than getting all the pieces of hardwares, the people who will manage them, the security who will protect them, physical protection of course, and then security team who will stop them from the cyber attacks, you simply can choose a cloud platform where you will get all of these things, and you can rent the servers from the AWS or Microsoft Azure, or maybe Alibaba Cloud or anything else. You can host your websites there. You don't have to be worried about anything about the hardware. You don't have to be worried about anything about the power outage or the cooling system. You don't have to worry about the physical security as well. You simply go make an account, rent servers there, and you can deploy your website there. There are a lot of benefits which you can have, rather than getting the infrastructure on premises. You can go on the cloud. The benefits, there are a lot of benefits there. You can see in the slide, like you can highly automate them. You can it's a utility based, easy and agile deployment. Device and location independent, 24/7 support, pay as you use. I would stop here and pay as you use. This is a very important feature here. So as I mentioned, on-premises cloud infrastructure and the cloud computing, on-premises infrastructure and the cloud computing. So here is the big benefit, So for example, you know that on the Christmas you are gonna get a high spike in the traffic and a high volume of the orders on your website. You have to get another physical server, and to accommodate those traffics. Otherwise your site will be crashed if it is heavily trafficked. So you have to get another server, and you have to accommodate that. And but after the Christmas, maybe it is a quieter time, and you will not need that servers, the extra servers which you bought for the Christmas, and that's where the cost comes. You spend a lot of money on those servers, and now there's no use for them. So this is another drawback of on-premise, I would say, infrastructure. But on the cloud you can scale out or scale in as per your needs. So, and even though as I mentioned, it is highly automated, you don't have to manage anything there at all. For example, if we have a feature on the AWS cloud like auto scaling. So for example, if your website is expecting more traffic, it will spin up another instance itself. You don't have to go there. It is highly automated. It will get another instance itself, and that's it. You will not need anything to do manually.